All right, in this exclusive tutorial, I'm going to show you how to get your glass to look beautiful. Now this, I covered this in a recent tutorial on YouTube, but I want to highlight it just for you guys on Patreon so you don't have to skim through that. And I'm going to provide a couple other details as well. So here on Patreon, if you want to follow along with this project file, it is available. It's a blank file. It's going to be called For Glass. Just open that up and we can get going. It is a 3.4 file, so make sure you do have the newest version of Blender. So we're going to learn how to make some really cool glass. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and make a new glass material. I'm just going to call it the glass blue. And then right down here, turn on your transmission and bring your roughness all the way down actually. And then we can go ahead on your base color and make it slightly blue. And then this one here, we're going to apply that same glass material. And then on this one, we're going to get that glass blue, but click this little 3 button. That's going to make a new material. And we're going to call this one red. And then in the HSV, I'm going to change the hue to a red. And then apply that red to this kind of frisbee. All right, so this is default glass. The lighting is good. Lighting is plenty bright, yet it's really, really dark. You might say, well, maybe it's because of the background. But let's bring the background in. Notice that the glass is still super, super boring. So what do you do about that? How can you make your glass look beautiful? Like say something you see all the time in Cinema 4D. Well, we need to manipulate. Essentially, we're going to manipulate reality. We're going outside of the world of what is physically possible in terms of what's realistic. So what you'll do is you'll click on the base color and you see the HSV, this value. It's default at 0.8. I'm guessing that's there because that's typically what your value is going to be on regular glass in real life. We need to go ahead and bump that up to say 3. And it doesn't make, now we are not creating an emissive material. What is happening here is it is taking the reflections, any reflection, and making it brighter. So there's no light being generated essentially. It's just taking your reflections. It's taking your reflections and boosting the heck out of their brightness, or in this case, their value. And then now we can go ahead and start changing color and adding some saturation to make it look super, super cool. And then you can go in and do this and make it look just awesome. And that is the glass. And then you can go ahead and make it rough if you'd like to. I mean, that looks cool in and of itself, just making it kind of rough here. So there we go. But let's go ahead and add some other elements to this to make it look cool. And I do want to recommend something when working with glass. Let's bring that roughness down all over here. Here on this sphere, if we just go to the wireframe view, you'll notice there's another sphere inside of it. And here you'll notice there's some extra beveling going on. So if you're working with glass, there's some things that you definitely want to do to make your glass look awesome. So I'm going to use this guy right here as an example. So notice how good he looks. He's got those nice edges, got this black rim here. And what we did was we added a solidify and a bevel. So what I'm going to do is just X that out. And this is just the raw model, nothing added to it. And it's just not that great looking. So what we want to do first is add a solidify. And I like to look at the wireframe view for this so we know exactly how thick we're going. Right now, this is just a solid block of glass. So what we want to do is go ahead and add a solidify modifier and just make it as thick as you want, something like that. And then we're going to go ahead and bevel everything we just did right here. And then just bring that bevel in, bring up those segments. We'll go to flat view and smooth. And now when we look at it, it's much more defined, has much more detail. We did that to everything. You can see how nice this looks because it's beveled, it's solidified, it's much more defined. We can see what's going on. With this guy, we can do the same thing. In fact, I haven't done it yet. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and add in a solidify and make it really skinny. Now we have a ring within this, and now this glass looks even cooler. So just from modeling, you can make things look awesome, but then we can go here into the shading and add some detail to add some interest. So we'll click on shading. And let's go ahead and add something interesting. So we're going to click on this one, which is going to be the blue. I'm going to hit the period key so we can see We can see this guy. And let's go ahead and get in a color ramp. So plug that color ramp into our roughness socket here. It's going to do that. Let's go ahead and get in a noise texture. So we're going to go ahead and get in a noise texture here and plug that, here we go, noise texture, plug the factor in the color ramp and just bring that color ramp in, and we're going to get, and we can just kind of exaggerate it. Now we get kind of this interesting noise look. We can bring that detail to 12, bring that roughness up, maybe not too much. We want it to be relatively soft. Bring that in here, bring that like this. So it's just a smooth transition of roughness to add some interesting looks here. And I'm gonna go ahead and Control-C, copy that, and then paste that into the red. So I just clicked on that model. So now we add some roughness here. And let's just render this and see how it looks. And if you like this look, if you like this style, definitely the way to go. It just looks interesting, looks beautiful, looks definitely more custom and designed. But of course, if you don't like that, just kill it. Hit M and just have pure glass doing whatever it likes to do. Maybe even make this piece a little bit thicker, make it look better there. But that is how you create really, really nice looking glass in Blender relatively quickly by manipulating your reflections. That's the best way to go. Manipulate those reflections, make these beautiful, bright glass pieces. It's awesome. It's very fun to do. And you can go in and, again, change that hue right here. Make it look awesome. Make it look however you want it to look. But there we go. It's definitely washed out. Doesn't look that great. So you want to lighten that color. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned some cool stuff here, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.